Hey everyone, this is Pete. Welcome back to New Game Plus and our exploration of Project Zero's post-game. So last time you'll recall that we completed the battle mode, or at least we got through all of the main missions. We haven't pursued S ranks or anything like that yet, but I'm not going to do that until we've got some better upgrades for the camera. So the main other objective for Project Zero's post-game at this point is to replay the story mode on the Nightmare difficulty. So we're going to take a first look at that today and see how we get on. So, with this being a story run, there will obviously be spoilers, but, you know, if you're watching a video about the post-game, you will probably expect that sort of thing. So, let us begin.
I wonder how long it's been since my brother and I began to see things other people can't see. My big brother, he was so sweet and kind. He was the only one I could open up to about these visions. After our mother died, he was my only family.
This is actually kind of interesting to come back to, because at the time of recording I've just finished Project Zero 5.
So this is HIMURO Mansion.
Which kind of wraps up protagonist Miku's story. I won't go into detail as to how or why that is resolved. But suffice to say, if you've been playing since the beginning, there's some interesting revelations, shall we say.
A famous novelist, and a man my brother was very indebted to, disappeared while researching a book. When he told me that he got a lead on Mr. Takamina's whereabouts, I felt uneasy, like he was going far away.
Alright, so we're just going to try and get through this introductory chapter today. Unlike most of the rest of the game where you're playing as Miku, in this one you're playing as her...
Forbidden rituals of this area. It looks like Mr. Takamine was doing research into them. I wonder if his group is still here.
As I was saying, yes, didn't want to interrupt him. In this first chapter you're playing the part of Miku's brother, Mafuyu, as he searches this mansion, trying to track down this novelist he's after. This is going to be quite an adjustment to go back to after the subsequent games. Let's just go into the menu and let us equip some more basic film. There we go. Standard film. Don't want to waste the good stuff. As unlike some of the later Project Zero games that offer you unlimited forms of the most basic film, in this one you are limited every time with every type of film. Oh, these controls are the other way around to the Wii U version. That's confusing. Right stick to move forward. Right. So, as part of this process of doing a New Game Plus one, we need to try our best to fill out the ghost list. Now the ghost list is in the main menu here. And it's a list of ghosts, believe it or not. Now we've got a decent number of them, but there's a bunch we've missed along the way. Or I missed, rather, I should say. Some of these ghosts are enemies in the game, and others are ones who just pop up every so often to kind of sort of emphasize what's been going on in the story or the things you've recently learned about. And so you'll see there's still a fair few that I've got to get. So I've seen 108 of them. I've taken photos of 80 of them. So I've got 74% of them at the moment. So, while we're recording, I'm not going to do anything like lots and lots of reloading if we happen to miss a ghost. Although, if we spot a ghost almost immediately after a save point, I will try and go back and grab it. But I'm not going to waste too much of your time in that regard. But I do want to try and capture as many of these ghosts as we possibly can along the way, because that's one of the main sort of long-term objectives for playing Project Zero and playing through its post-game. I believe there's something that unlocks when you get all of the ghost list. I think it might be the best lens for the camera. I forget exactly. Okay, so nothing much going on in this front room here. We will save. Just now we've actually started the game. And we'll save in this bottom slot we've been using here, just for consistency's sake. I swear, this corridor is... Oh, there's a ghost. This corridor is one of probably the most frightening hallways I've been down in any video game. It doesn't do anything. All those ropes are just hanging from the ceiling. Occasionally you sort of brush up against one and it makes your character make a noise, but nothing happens. But it's just so unsettling. Alright. It's actually been quite a while since I played through this now, so it's going to be interesting trying to remember what you do. See, one of the useful upgrades we've got sort of causes the characters to automatically face a ghost that's nearby, so that's going to make getting some of these ghost list entries a lot more straightforward. Now, I really got to get my head around these camera controls, because it's actually left stick to look around and right stick to move and strafe, which is kind of the other way round to what you might be used to in some ways. Not sure if you can change it, but we'll stick with it for now. We'll just have to get used to it. Right, don't know if you can hear that crackly sound in the background. That means there's a ghost somewhere, something that we can take a photograph of. So let's try and find that.
This notebook. It's Mr. Takamine's. That was Mr. Takamine. So he did come here.
I find it very pleasing that a lot of the sound effects in this series have stayed the same right from the beginning. So things like the camera shutter sound and the charging sound, those have been the same right from the beginning. It was a nice feeling of consistency.
I captured a ghost with this camera. This camera has the power to expose things the normal eye can't see. I remember an incident which I learned is unique power to capture ghosts.
Now that one down there, I don't actually know how you're supposed to get that one, because it seems to appear when you're upstairs, and obviously you're not in a position to actually be able to take a shot unless you. No, you can't even really see it from there. I don't know. We won't worry about it for the moment. Alright, nothing that way. Like I say, you'll have to forgive me because it's been like 2 months and 4 other games since I've played through the main story mode in this one. So if I have to stumble around a bit to try and remember what's happening where and when, you'll hopefully forgive me. So where's that sound coming from? Sounds as if it's coming from in here. There it is. Okay. Let's continue on our way. Can't go that way. Okay. That thing you move out of the way, but I think you do that as Miku. So maybe we just have to go back out here again. There we go.
It's been 2 weeks since I last heard from my brother. But he left a note that led me to this place. I felt as though something was calling me here.
Yeah, but that initial prologue was a lot shorter than I thought it was, so I'm actually going to give that another go. Let's see if we can get that ghost we missed. See if we can try to be thorough along the way and try and clean up as much of that ghost list as possible. That would be good. And we can skip all the cutscenes, that's good. Alright, so let's go back and reload. And try again. Okay, so the ghost in this first corridor I think I've already got, but I need to try and take it anyway. So we step through here and then he appears almost immediately, so just need to be ready for that. There he is. Snap. Lovely. Then we go in here. And we get him. Thanks to the auto aim. This hidden one in here I'm pretty sure I've got already, but again, it doesn't hurt to just make sure. And so the only one that I'm 100% sure that I don't have is that one who appears down the bottom and goes out the door. So, when did he appear? I think it was after the ghost fight, wasn't it? So, if we go over here and pick up the journal. Skip the cutscene. Skip that cutscene. Skip this cutscene. Skip the unnecessary tutorial. I'm playing New Game Plus game. You don't need to teach me how to play. Let's see if we can get a 0 shot this time. There we go. Down in 1. 4,107 points. That was pretty tasty, wasn't it? Now, if only I could do that in the battle mode. Right. So this time, instead of running around the corner where there's nothing useful, I'm just going to go down here just in case it's sort of time sensitive.
Normal eye can't see. I remember the incident from which I learned of its unique power to capture ghosts.
No? Okay, maybe you actually have to trigger it upstairs and then just run down as quick as you possibly can. I don't see how you can possibly be fast enough to do that, though. But, well, that's the only option we've got at the minute, so... So, you go around this corner, and he should appear... There we go. No, you can't see him from up here. That can't be possible. Because, like, he starts right next to the door. Well, since we're here, let's reload one more time and give that one more try. While that loads, I'm just going to cheat slightly and see if there's a way we can do that. Okay, welcome back. So, looking at a guide for this, it looks like the only two ghosts we actually need to get are the one in the hallway and the one looking down from the balcony. So, I'm probably wasting my time trying to get that one who's going out through the door because I don't think it's possible to do that. I think that is just an echo to show you where to go next. Because if we look at the actual ghost list, which once you get past all the hostile ghosts, I think is in roughly chronological order. Yeah, or maybe I did miss the one in the corridor. Oh well, let's give this one more try, and then we'll continue from there. And we'll do a little bit of Miku's first chapter. Right, so that's Rope Hallway Man. So if we look at... Oops, wrong button. There's some ropes. So if we look at our ghost list now, that should now be added where we were looking. So... Yeah, there we are. So I missed him first time around, so he's now in the ghost list. Man looking down. I wonder what that... Oh, the red dot just means you haven't looked at that picture and the entry for them in there. So, okay, we'll go and get man looking down anyway. But then, man going through door does not appear to be a thing. So, through here. Get caught on the scenery. Snappy snap. Snappy snap. Sparkly, sparkly. Skippy, skippy. And 0 shot fun times. Pew pew pew! Oh, I think I got even more points than last time. Not going to complain at that.
I captured a ghost with this camera. This camera has the power to expose things the normal eye can't see. I remember the incident from which I learned of its unique power to capture ghosts.
Okay, so I think that's... The ghost appearing was showing you that door was opening. And then you go down here and you get the cutscene, then we skip it. And then we start Miku's first chapter. Right. So I'm pretty sure you don't have to photograph the one there again, because Mafuyu's already got it. Ow. Don't think that actually hurt. That's just one of the random little jump scares that there are throughout the game. Like I say, the ropes in that rope hallway do a bit of that. They kind of brush up against Miku and make her shout like that. Alright. Let's save that here. And continue for a little bit. Can we get him? Ah, bollocks. Right, you know how I said I wasn't going to reload unless it was immediately after a save point? Well, this seems like a good time to do that. Right, so step away. Open the door. There he is. Pointy, pointy, shooty, shooty, man at partition. Nice. So if I remember rightly, there's certain ghosts in the ghost list that you can only get on this second time through. And I think that one there is one such example. There's a lot of those sort of ghosts who give you hints and things along the way. I don't remember being able to photograph some of them first time around. But we shall see as we proceed. Beware the creepy ropes. I still walk around them, even though I know they don't do anything to you. I still walk around them. Ah, that's why you couldn't get that ghost first time through the game, is because officially you don't have the camera at this point. But this being a New Game Plus run, of course you do.
Did something happen to my brother?
Okay, doing well so far. Got to be fairly quick off the mark with some of these. Some of them are really fast. These early ones kind of ease you in relatively easily. You still got to be fairly on the ball. Right, what are we doing? Going upstairs? Alright, I think that's still locked. Yes. Creepy noises. Those of you who've played the later ones, this game, being one of the early ones and a more traditional example of survival horror, it's not nearly as generous with things like the health and film drops, so you need to be pretty careful. Did I miss him? Or could I have got him?
Should I take a photo?
Probably. So this is how a lot of puzzles in this game go. So you find some sort of ghostly presence in front of something, take a picture of it, and it reveals something that might be helpful. In this case, the fact that there's something behind the door, although for some reason that's not doing its thing. There we go. Okay, another ghost there. I'm just going to quickly go check if that one going through the partition is one that I could have actually got. Yes, he is, I think. So, okay, let's start as we mean to go on and try and be as thorough as we can. Right, so we've got first guy there already. There's the guy in the beam. And this one who appears after the cutscene. Okay, then there's the Mafuyu ghost appears in here. Going up the stairs. There he is. I'm sure there's supposed to be another one up here somewhere. There he is. Gotcha. Right, so we need to be ready for that guy and probably take a photo of him from the stairs, I guess. Can you do that? Yes, you can. Alright, so run, Miku, run! Oh, that was a failure, wasn't it? Right, I'm going to try again, off camera. Back in a moment. Right, hello again. You rejoined me on my third attempt to get this fucker who's going through the hallway, or the partition rather. And apparently the way to do this is to take your time a bit more. So you go around the wall here and walk rather than run down the stairs. Go down one at a time. 2, 3, and 4. And nothing happens. But supposedly you can see him from the stairs. Okay, so let's try one more step. That's down. There he is. Gotcha, bastard. Right. Whew. I was seriously worried after I started talking and recording there that just wasn't going to happen. But, okay. Skip. Yes, we know. Very good. Photograph the thing. Oh, look, a door. Who'd have thought it? Alright, so this guy here is the guy who just went through the door. But you know what? What I'm going to do, I'm going to save. I'm going to call that a day there, because although we haven't got very far, we've made some decent progress on filling out that ghost list a little bit more. And we're getting a feel for how careful you need to be in this New Game Plus run if you want to make sure that you get everything. And that's what we're aiming for here. We'd like to... It'd be good if we can get all of the ghosts and see what that unlocks. Because apparently the lens that you unlock for completing that ghost list, I believe, is a very, very helpful addition to the mission mode if you're then going for the high ranks. So, I'm going to save the game here and bid you farewell. As always, thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you again next time. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please help out the channel by leaving a like or a comment and subscribing. Be sure to check out moegamer.net for new articles on Japanese and Japanese-inspired video games, new and old, every weekday. Every month, Moe Gamer features an in-depth exploration of an individual game or series as its cover game, so be sure to check the archives to see if your favourite has had a deep dive yet. If you'd like to support the site directly, please consider becoming a patron or buying me a coffee. You can find links to do both down in the video description. Thanks again, and I'll see you next time.